Does the Blair Witch control time in the 1999 found footage horror film The Blair Witch Project? Absolutely. Let me explain this popular, albeit controversial theory on what really happened to Heather, Josh, and Mike when they went into the woods to film their Blair Witch documentary. The date is October 20th, 1994, and these three go to the town of Burkittsville, Maryland to interview town folks about the local legend, the Blair Witch. They learn about recent paranormal phenomenon and occurrings, but more importantly, they learn about Rustin Parr, an old hermit that used to live outside of town that would kill children, possibly under the influence of the Blair Witch. Heather, Josh, and Mike then take their documentary into the cursed woods to go camping to see if they can see what's actually going on. This is where it gets interesting. They're obviously in their own time when they do the interviews in the town, but once they go into the woods, it's possibly they go back in time on that first night. They then get lost and disoriented in the woods, maybe because some idiot or traitor lost the map, or maybe because they're not in the same woods. It's the woods from 100 years ago. We then know what happens next. Josh is screaming in the cabin in the woods. They go there. The infamous corner scene, camera drop. Game over. Except the time travel theory is solidified when you see how the footage was actually found. On the old website used to promote the Blair Witch movie, we see that on October 16th, 1995, students find the footage under the foundation of a 100-year-old cabin. Thus proves there had to be at least one time shift of sending the equipment back under a 100-year-old cabin. And though we don't see the killer because of Butterfingers Heather dropping the camera, I think it's realistic to assume if there's one time shift that they could have shifted back to Rustin Parr's timeline, and he did exactly to them what he did to all the other children with Mike standing in the corner. And if you need even more irrefutable evidence, there's this game, Blair Witch Volume 1, Rustin Parr, in which an investigator goes into the basement in the 1940s and sees none other than a ghost like Heather Parr. How could someone that went missing in the 1990s end up as a ghost in the 1940s without time manipulation? Case closed.